This week's episode is brought to you by Chime.
So start your credit journey with Chime. Signing up only takes 2 minutes, doesn't affect your credit score. Get started at chime.com/STDTY. That's chime.com/STDTY.
Santa baby, it must be a holiday miracle because the sponsors of today's show, Manscaped, are providing the tools your man needs to stuff all your stockings, if you know what I mean.
I do.
That's right. This holiday season, Manscaped has vowed to make sure your man's tree is standing tall with 2 presents underneath. Trust me, ladies, Santa's cookies aren't the only thing you're going to want to get your hands on. Have him join the 7 million other sexy lumberjacks who use Manscaped and get 20% off plus free shipping at manscaped.com with code STDTY. That's 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com with code STDTY. Santa, forgive me. Sometimes it's okay to be on the naughty list. When we say deodorant, most people think underarms, and that's really cute and traditional, but Lumi is different. It can be used anywhere externally on your body, and it's actually meant to prevent external body odor from happening in the first place. So unlike most natural deodorants that attempt to mask odor, Lumi's unique aluminum-free formula stops the odor-causing reaction from happening in the first place.
So Lumi's going to stop odor before it starts. It fights odor by paralyzing bacteria on the skin, and it blocks bacteria before odor begins.
So, Lumi's starter pack bundle is a great deal for new customers with incredible savings. It comes with a full-size stick deodorant, a cream deodorant tube, 2 free products, and free U.S. shipping. And just for our followers, Lumi is giving you a total discount of almost 40% when you order at lumi.deals/Nikki and enter code Nikki at checkout. That's lume.deals/NIKKI and enter code Nikki NIKKI at checkout
for almost 40% off. And welcome back to another episode of the Shit They Do Not Tell You What About podcast.
It's called Shit They Don't Tell You. And people are not going to remember.
And my name is Steve Green, aka the Iceman.
And my name is Nikki Limo, aka Nikki Limo Green.
True. So today we are indeed doing another Am I the Asshole?
Am I the asshole? You messed up that word.
I didn't mess up. That's exactly how I prepared it in the mirror.
Earlier you made fun of me for a minor thing, so I just wanted to make fun of you for a minor thing.
It wasn't a minor thing. It was a big thing because you ate a plastic macaroni and cheese, but your fork was too heavy, so it tipped over the whole container after you left it in there.
After I said I didn't want that to happen.
See? Okay, guys, look, I'm going to come out with it right here. This first one made my blood boil, and I got to get it off my chest.
For those of you who don't know, Am I the Asshole is like a Reddit thing. Like it's a Reddit subreddit. And
it's a brilliant subreddit.
And it's people that submit things situations that they don't know if they're the asshole or not. And then we get to hear and decide if they're the asshole
and
or
most
not.
importantly, we get to judge them.
And usually it's kind of polarizing.
It is. And also, can I just say this too? It's just like how we all deal with shit in our lives.
Yeah.
It sort of is nice to know other people are dealing with weird shit too.
Yeah.
So anyway, this first one is titled, Am I the Asshole?
It made your blood boil. Okay.
It made my blood boil.
Okay.
Am I the asshole for telling my parents I won't attend their Christmas celebration until they send my husband a separate invitation?
What?
I'll preface this by saying
they're so good at like the catch because I'm
it's a good catch.
Yeah.
I'll preface this by saying that my husband Luke, male 32, does not get along with my parents.
Okay.
You can't tell who's right or who's wrong. There's always this ongoing tension between them, but can be civil enough to sit together at one table. I recently got an invitation for a Christmas celebration from my parents. The invitation including me and Luke. But Luke thought this was somewhat rude and disrespectful because he believes he should get his own invitation and not have his name mentioned as an extension to mine. We talked about this, and he said he wouldn't go unless they sent him a proper invitation.
Your husband's a beta male.
What
the fuck?
I called mom. Wow, you're judging early, aren't you? You don't have all the info yet, huh?
I am.
I called mom and asked if she could go, if she could do it. She thought it was ridiculous and said that she and dad did the same with my sister and her husband.
Yeah.
I told her
it's pretty normal.
I told her it was fine, but Luke can be sensitive like that. Yikes.
Exactly.
So a simple invitation in the form of a text directly to him will fix it.
Ew, I don't know. It's like bending the knee to like some stupid okay.
That is what her dad said. She got defensive, said Luke's being ridiculous. Dad claimed Luke was trying to pull some kind of power maneuver to humiliate him.
I would honestly uninvite him after this.
But I thought but she thought this was a small issue. They still thought it was ridiculous. So I told them I won't attend if they don't send him a separate invitation because he won't attend if he doesn't get it.
Listen, she's being a good wife because like you're supposed to stick with your partner even through their ridiculousness. But like as an aside, if I'm her, I'm like, what a little bitch.
A good wife also like tells the guy like, yo, this is fucking
I would tell
stupid.
you like you're being a little petty here.
Yeah. Like what is this really about?
Like I will stick with you, but it's embarrassing to me.
Yeah. Well, you'll stick with me in the room, but then like
I'll tell you that you're embarrassing me, but I'm gonna have your back.
Exactly. This blew up. My sister started arguing, saying Luke needs to get over himself. Shame me for trying to force our parents to send him an invitation.
Is he a Leo?
By saying I won't come if they don't. We haven't talked after that. We're all waiting as of now in like a holding pattern. And then edit, the invitation I received was in a text. Luke is saying that a simple text to him will finish the conflict, but my parents still think it's ridiculous and they won't invite him since they already have.
I'm with the parents.
There's an update to this.
Okay.
I just got off the phone with my sister. She told me our parents have just disinvited me.
Thank you.
Yep.
Fuck yeah.
From the celebration. I feel horrible but can't argue anymore. Just like, okay, so what do you think?
Well, I think Luke is in the right.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
God damn. Like, what the
Isn't
fuck?
that wild?
Like, it's a small parent, like, party. Like, it's not like some huge event. It's not like they're throwing a gala with the town or whatever. And even if they were, that you still wouldn't get a separate invite. When people get married, which is a much bigger deal than a Christmas party, I'm still written as a +1 if it's your family,
vice versa.
and you're written as a +1 if it's my family or my like cousin or whatever.
And what the hell's wrong with that, you little man?
Yeah.
It's so weird.
Exactly. That's small dick energy, to be honest.
It's big time small dick energy. Yeah, so apparently...
How do you fuck at night?
I know. So apparently enough people were able to reach this individual, no, the chick.
Okay, man.
Like responding
Yeah.
in this thread. And she says she can no longer argue about what everyone else is saying. Luke is the problem. He just caused me to be disinvited from the event and he's blaming me for it.
He's blaming her after she had his back?
I know, man.
Oh, gross.
She's getting blamed for being a rider.
Wait, are they married? Or I just keep calling him husband, but like
they're married.
Oh, they're married. Okay, yeah. Oh God. That's an expensive divorce, but like, I don't think I could like spend the rest of my life with that person.
Dude, if you don't get along with her parents, you have to suck it up and be a big boy and go to the fucking thing. What are you talking about?
Or like pick your fucking battles, Luke. What the fuck?
I hope this one's fake and just creative writing because it just pisses me off so absolutely
I don't think
much.
it's creative enough to be creative writing. I don't think it's like exaggerated enough. It's not like an unbelievable situation.
That's fair.
But yeah, I guess I would hope that this person who had enough sense to submit their story to Am I the Asshole because they knew something was kind of off.
It's just funny to think that this guy is like, well, look, if I wasn't married to you,
I would have gotten invited
invited.
Yeah.
Which is not the case. Like, of course you're a +1.
Yeah.
Like, the idea that I would get invited to, like, Nikki's cousin's wedding if me and Nikki weren't together is preposterous.
It's so stupid. Why does he... Exactly, that's why it seems like a power move. Because, like, why do you want, one, to be invited so badly to this group that you think doesn't like you or is outcasting you? And two, like... having a separate invite isn't a normal thing. It's not like a normal request that you're making.
It's completely not normal.
It's really weird. Even if you liked the people, like let's say I get along great with your parents and me being like, well, hey, Sherry, could you send me a separate invite? Like that's fucking
It'd be
absurd.
so awkward. It's so awkward. Like you don't know where to go too, bro. Like you don't know where to go and what time it is. Like isn't that all you need to know
for
about
an invite? Yeah.
God. What a drama queen, dude.
Oh my God. I could not. Because if this is, and it's not just about this, like, I know divorce sounds like a heavy word, but it's like, this is just the tip of the iceberg on this person's whole way they look at life. And who knows how many other things this person feels this petty about.
Yeah, hella people in the Reddit thread are also saying like, you know, how long has your husband been trying to isolate you from your family because he doesn't like them, which is
sounds like an overt narcissism type of tendency.
Yeah, I think that is exactly right.
Because he's not self-aware enough to see like that this is absurd. And yeah, he's basically trying to make his partner feel bad as if the partner didn't have his back, even though she did.
This kind of stuff does happen a lot, though. Like weird stuff like this. A lot? Well, I'm saying family infighting stuff.
Yeah.
And like being petty as fuck for no reason.
Sure.
Like it's so weird to see it like in a ridiculous example like this. That's why I love ridiculous examples because they really shed light on the underlying
I think
thing.
Ultimately our, like I think we said it earlier, but our go-to is if I think you're being ridiculous or vice versa, I will tell you in private and I will let you know very straightforwardly how I feel about it, but I will also have your back if you still feel strongly.
I know. You're a writer.
You know?
You're a writer.
Yeah, I'm a writer. But then if you turn around and fucking get mad at me after I had your back, oh, you are so fucking done.
Exactly.
Like, you're so fucking done.
If you sell your person out, oh my God, bro.
After I had your back in an embarrassing way to my fucking family, you're so done.
Okay, we're keeping the theme here.
Okay.
This is about a Christmas party.
Okay. I like it.
Am I the asshole for not allowing my sister to...
Are there going to be Hanukkah parties thrown in?
No.
Okay. Gosh.
That's not my holiday. Am I the asshole for not allowing my sister to make her kids food at my house during our Christmas party?
To not... Wait. What? Go ahead. Say that again.
Am I the asshole for not allowing my sister to make her kids food at my house during our Christmas party?
Immediately I want to say yes, but go on.
For not allowing it?
Yeah, like why wouldn't you allow you? Because like kids are weird. Like they like specific. Like I just ate mac and cheese out of the plastic tub thing, and like so when I was a kid, like if someone was like, "This is mac and cheese," and it's like their homemade mac and cheese, I'm like, that is not mac and cheese.
That's a fair beginning opening argument.
Okay.
Let's see how you feel after the details.
Yes, I would like to hear details.
I come from a broken home. Now, how do you feel?
Same.
Okay, so we have our Christmas with mom's side the first weekend of December. I, 44 male, hosted. Usually my sister and I switch off hosting duties. My sister has two daughters who are incredibly picky eaters.
Yeah, see?
At 18 and 15 years old.
I don't care.
Sister,
I went plant-based for a while.
My sister would come to family parties with a box of pasta and a bag of frozen chicken tenders that she will make for her daughters.
Okay.
I want to know if I'm the asshole for what I did here. I know that is her drill with them, but I've always found it to be very annoying, especially when I'm trying to cook, and she's taking up space making pasta and chicken tenders. This year, I told my wife we'll not be letting my sister in the kitchen this year, and the girls will have the choice of eating what I prepared or not eating. My sister accused me of being a cynic and getting joy from watching the girls be uncomfortable. I told her they are old enough to eat like adults. I completely agree with that. Also, the food I make is pretty standard. I do a filet roast, barbecue ribs, cheesy potatoes, stuffed artichoke, breaded cauliflower, ratatouille, and a salad. Certainly some of these must be foods that an 18 and 15-year-old should be able to eat.
I just think this guy's taking it too personally.
That's not bad. Well, he says, the girls sat and ate bread and butter while telling me that my food looked gross.
I'm on their side.
That is what happens, right? I looked to my sister to calm them down, but she told me I deserved this and it's not their fault for being picky eaters. I know I could have just let my sister do her thing, but it was the principal situation. I'm not sure if I'm being a petty asshole or if I had a legitimate reason to be upset.
I think he's being petty as fuck.
And real quick, no medical conditions, no food allergies. He made it clear to his sister in advance. She decided not to listen, and yeah. Yeah,
sometimes it's an undiagnosed neurodivergent thing, though. Like, you don't fucking know. Like, so on the spectrum, people can pass as neurotypical, but like if you're on the spectrum, you like the same thing every day. Like you just have a routine that like, and if when it gets broken, it's like really fucking uncomfortable. So like, I don't know. I'm giving benefit of the doubt. I'm not saying they are, but there's a whole array of things that are not medical conditions or allergies that would cause someone to be picky eater, and they're not even trying to get in the way of you. Like this, there could have been a system where it's like, okay, how about you make your food well in advance, or like way after I'm done cooking, like so we're not in the kitchen at the same time. But this guy's just taking it so personally, like, well, I think because I think that they should be old enough to eat my food that is really good, by the way, like, and why aren't they eating it even though they're old enough? Shame on them for being old enough and still being this picky.
I think he's mostly upset about the space that
well, he could have worked out a system, or she could have maybe prepared it at her home and then brought it over.
That I think would have been the move. If she really has picky eaters, then she should be like used to doing the kind of shit.
And he didn't mention if it, like, it sounded like he told her on the day, like, hey, by the way, we're not going to let my sister in. Like, I have
no idea. He
doesn't say.
He just says I told her ahead of time. In advance.
Okay, in advance. All right. Well, I just think that there's other things they could have done. And honestly, I know 18 sounds old, but when you really think of yourself at 18, like, I was still, like, you're not an adult yet. You're still in high school most of the time, like senior year. And like, you're not an adult. Like, you're not used to thinking of any of this adult stuff.
I love the idea of being a picky eater and eating chicken tenders and pasta.
But that's what I'm saying. It sounds like it might be a kind of neurodivergent symptom, like that I don't know. Like I was undiagnosed until I was 34, so I don't. And like a lot of things that I did in childhood that I was like picky about, like makes so much sense.
That's interesting.
Yeah, and especially females like go super undiagnosed.
I honestly just think that there should have been a compromise here where it's like, hey, I need the kitchen space, so can you cook at home? I think, like you said,
like my cousin wouldn't eat anything green. Like it was just like weird shit like that. Yeah, and I agree. That's what I don't know what conversations took place. Because if I'm the mom and like it really is that big of an issue, then I'll just prepare it at home for them, knowing that it's my kids who I'm still responsible for, and they're picky eaters.
Yeah.
But like, so I went plant-based for like a year, and I didn't want to make anyone to make a big deal about it. Like I didn't even want people to know that I was plant-based basically. So when I got invited to places, I would just make a meal, like a side dish, like for me. And I would bring it like as if it was a potluck type thing, then I'd bring it as part of the party, but I would only eat from that, and then, or if it was like a burger, like it was barbecue, like it was all meat stuff, like I would just like bring my quinoa salad and I would just eat that, but I would never make a big deal about it. Like, how dare you not have anything for me? Like that kind of shit. And so it doesn't sound like the mom is like being like that. It sounds like she's like, hey, I'll bring like my side dish for my picky ass eaters to eat, and like not trying to make a fuss about it.
I do think that
this guy's like, eat my ratatouille.
I think it's just probably the way that you're raised too, because like the idea of being a picky eater in my family, I mean, it makes me cringe so hard that it's crazy. Because like I would be made to eat whatever. Yeah,
but me too. But have you ever questioned that? Like,
no, of course,
I hated fish sticks and I hated milk and I was forced to eat them. Guess what? I still fucking hate them. And if someone served me fish sticks at their dinner, I don't have a problem being like, I'm not eating that.
What if I made my fish sticks?
Nope.
World famous fish sticks.
Never eating your fish sticks ever. I'm an adult and I've decided to set some boundaries. No longer will anyone force me to eat fish sticks or fucking milk. I don't like it.
You never had it with the right horseradish, I think.
That actually sounds kind of good.
It's fucking bomb.
But yeah, I remember crying at the dinner table.
If you
being
mix
like,
horseradish
I don't want to eat this.
and ketchup together and you dip fish sticks into it, it'll change your fucking life.
You're so trash that
I am trash.
I don't even know how to respond to you.
I say it all the time.
I mean, I just ate
I grew up
I just eat easy mac and cheese.
I grew up in trash.
Yeah.
Okay.
You like fish sticks though?
I actually do.
What the fuck?
But I don't eat fried food a lot. You know that.
Yeah, me neither. That was the other thing. So I discovered a lot like later that like I don't like most fried food. Like I'll eat French fries, but even then, if they're too greasy, I'd prefer them from an air fryer or something like that.
It's fucking delicious. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
For me, but I'm like, yeah, it's just.
No, I always got headaches weirdly, like from high fatty foods. I didn't realize what it was, but anything made with butter, like if there was a lot of butter, mayo, like all these things as a kid, you don't know like what is making it that. I just like every time I eat an egg salad sandwich, I get a headache. But yeah, I think it was just these high fatty foods like really like throwing me off completely.
Okay, we're gonna move on.
Wait, so do you think he's an asshole or no?
I actually do think he's an asshole.
Okay, thank you.
But it's mostly just because, I think that they could have communicated better, really.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's, when people go, you're an asshole, so, I don't have to split hairs too much here.
Yeah, I get
but,
it.
The whole, he's an asshole thing is I don't think he's an asshole.
I think he just took an aggressive approach that, could have been easier. He didn't have to draw such a fucking hard line in the sand,
I think so.
But I don't think he's an asshole in general. Obviously, he kind of feels a little bad about it, but it does seem like it was kind of an ego thing. It kind of affected his ego a little bit.
I think if you have the temerity to go to a place called Am I the Asshole and ask people, you're probably in pretty good shape.
Yeah, that's what unless you're super indignant, I just want to prove to these people that I'm fucking right.
Except for this next one.
Okay.
So keeping the theme of the holidays a little bit. Am I the asshole for making my daughter return a Halloween costume?
Okay, well, I can see this going to a cultural appropriation direction. Let's go.
Oh, how did you know? I'm kidding. This happened in October. My daughter is still acting cold and hardly speaking to me. My daughter is 16. She works in...
Or it's too slutty.
She works... We'll see.
Okay.
She works an after-school
16?
job. 16. After-school job 5 days a week. Her high school had a costume contest for Halloween. My daughter and her friends planned a group costume to enter. She went with her friends after school to buy costumes. I picked her and her friends up from the store. They showed me their costumes. My daughter spent $80 on hers. I was pissed that that's a lot of money to spend on something you're going to wear for a few hours. Very irresponsible use of money.
Oh, shit. She would hate what I spent on my costumes.
$80? I told her as much in the car and told her it was ridiculous. I dropped her friends off, took her back to the store to return the costume and accessories. Her friends found someone else to take her place in the group.
That sucks.
They won the contest and a $100 Visa gift card to split.
Oh, that sucks.
My daughter came home from school on Halloween upset. She claimed that she had to sit and watch while her friends had fun and she missed out on everything.
Oh my God, you fucked up. Oh, you fucked up.
Are you ready for this? I pointed out to her after splitting the gift card, it would be way less than she spent on the costume and it was only a few hours.
It's not the
But she didn't want to listen to reason. Now, a month later, she's still moody and mostly ignoring me. My ex-husband told me, that's why I divorced you, bitch. No, it's not that. My ex-husband told me I made her miss out and she worked so much. She missed out on a lot of stuff with her friends.
Yeah.
And I could have let her have this. But at the end of the day, I saved her $80. I'm just trying to teach my daughter how to be responsible with money. She could have got a cheap costume, especially since, she wouldn't have won.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially since she would have only worn it for a few hours.
That's so dumb. The mom is missing the entire picture.
So now she's an outcast in her friend group.
Yeah.
Because you wanted to save $80.
Yeah. Cool, Mom. Actually, save $60 because you would have gotten 20 back.
Then they all got to get ready together. They all had to have a good time.
Exactly. It's the moment. It's not about the fucking costume. It's about the experience. You're paying for the whole experience of being part of a group, of doing something together as a team, of all of that stuff. And the daughter works all the time. What the heck? I don't get when people tunnel in on these little details. Life is too short.
This one's just, I think sometimes parents try to apply the same lesson no matter the fuck what is going on.
Yeah.
But it's dude, you got to have flexibility for things.
And you don't get that, at that age, your friends are your whole world. I remember my dad grounded me for 2 weeks for not making my bed at the very beginning of the school year when I was just starting to make friends. And by the way, before we start the school year, he always makes me and my brother say our goals for the year. And I said my only goal was to make friends because I spent the entire freshman year with no friends. And that's why I was addicted to online chat forums because I felt like those are my only friends. So I said my goal was to make friends and he laughed and said that's not a goal. And then 2 weeks into the new school year where I just made a new friend, he grounds me for 2 weeks. That's the whole... So as much of the school year as we have, I have another 2 weeks of being grounded, which is an eternity. And my new friend's trying to be my friend still, but it's I'm I don't even know if I still have this friend. It's you're dating for the first time. You just started dating. And it was for not making the fucking bed. My brother got the same exact punishment for drinking alcohol on campus. What the fuck? I was not allowed to have people over, leave the house, or be on the phone or computer. Total isolation after school.
That's the longest 2 weeks of your life.
So mean. And that's your whole world. And luckily I still got to be friends with this person, and like
it worked out.
like her and I ended up being besties connected at the hip. But like, yeah, but at that time I was so fucking depressed. I didn't talk to my dad for like a year.
That's crazy.
Yeah, because I was so like, I just felt like he was trying to ruin my life.
What did your mom say about that? She's just like, yeah, cool, I'm a writer.
My mom like she like snuck it. She's like, well, he didn't say you couldn't talk on my cell phone. And she like sneak rules like that.
But she couldn't like, lift the ban.
No, because my dad was unreasonable. I even wrote him a whole email, like very professionally written email about a list, like listing bullet points saying, hey, I accept that I was wrong. You asked me to clean my room before you got home. However, you usually return home at 5 p.m. You returned home at 3 p.m. I thought I still had 2 hours to complete this task. I feel like this is very unfair and the punishment does not fit the crime. It was very professional. And he was still like, nope.
Yeah, I gotta hand it to my parents. They always, if I got grounded, I knew I fucked up something.
Like I never fucked up.
And that's the thing. Like the punishment should be worth scale with the crime.
Yeah.
So like when you're sitting there for 2 weeks, you know that you fucked up like a bad dog.
Yeah.
But like that's a ridiculous punishment.
Like my dad just decided one day to just like, I don't know, I haven't punished her ever, so I'm gonna punish her for something fucking minor. I don't know. Honestly,
you think? I mean, I can't wait to ask him about it. I got
straight A's, never did drugs, and guess what? After this, I wanted to try all the drugs. I was so fucking mad, like that.
You might as well.
I was being a perfect child.
Yeah, you might as well.
And I still got punished that hard. So yeah, I was just like, I'm gonna do all the bad things. I don't care. Like that's what my new friend group is doing anyway. And I was the one saying no at first and being a fucking good girl. And you want to fucking punish me? Guess what? I'm smoking pot. I'm gonna be a pothead. I don't care.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nikki's vindictive. Folks.
Yeah, like don't fucking go hard at me for some minor offense and then not listen to me like I'm not like I don't have a say, I don't have a voice, you're not even gonna validate any of my feelings.
Yep. Yikes.
I will go hard on you. I will never forget. I still haven't forgotten. I'm about to punish my dad right now.
You know what's weird too is that in this situation, which we're about to move on from, this chick makes her own money.
Yeah.
So her mom is like.
Oh yeah. So was it her money that she bought $80?
Yeah.
Oh, that makes the whole thing even more fucked up.
Right. It's like, how can you control that? It's just, she's just saying it's an irresponsible use of money. But it's like, wait, you're controlling your daughter using her money for like things with her friends?
That actually changes the whole entire thing.
And some people in the thread pointed out, I think very astutely, that so using this logic, she's only going to wear the costume for a few hours. She shouldn't like go to a movie or something with her friends because it's just you're going out for a few hours and you're spending a lot of money on a few hours. Like the logic actually sucks.
Yeah.
And the idea that she actually says she won't listen to reason, I think this bitch is the one who won't listen to reason.
Absolutely.
So I actually think, sometimes I always get upset about, it's like, oh, is this person an asshole? I think this person is an asshole.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I do. I mean, I already thought they were an asshole, but then for that, with that added detail of that it wasn't even her money, it was the daughter's money. Yeah, like fuck that. Like if I worked that's why I hate the government. Like why are you taking all the money I worked for? Like like why do you get a say of why you get the ban online poker? Because like it's my fucking money.
My money.
If I want to fucking gamble it on something where I have 0 to 1 odds, like why do you fucking care?
I know. They're protecting you. Okay, when we come back, this one's going to be good.
But the lotto's okay.
Exactly.
The lotto's
of course.
okay.
Just you got to play a lotto responsibly.
Yeah.
When we come back, this one will be particularly triggering for my beautiful wife.
Oh, shit. I've already been triggered so much.
And I'm going to give you the title of it. Are you ready? Am I the asshole for forbidding my girlfriend to use my kitchen equipment? We'll be right back.
This week's episode is brought to you by Chime. Hey, Steve, what's the first thing you do when you wake up?
I check on my cryptos.
But do you check your credit score? I didn't think so. At Chime, that's exactly what they do. With their secured Chime Credit Builder Visa credit card, you can start to build credit with your own money. That means you don't have to get approved or anything like that. Like maybe you got low credit, no credit. Doesn't matter. You want to build that credit? Use your own money, put it into the card, and then you spend money against your own money and pay yourself back while building your credit at the same time.
They also report your payments to credit bureaus so that it helps you build that credit.
Yeah, the members see an increase of 30 points on average. Yeah, 30 points is a lot. That's the difference between you getting a loan and not getting a loan.
That's a big swing.
Yeah, especially when you don't have any credit yet or you took a hit to your credit. You need to build back your credit in a way that is approved. And Chime helps you do that. And all of this is with no annual fees. There's no large security deposits and there's no credit checks to apply.
So start your credit journey with Chime. Signing up only takes 2 minutes, doesn't affect your credit score. Get started at chime.com/STDTY. That's chime.com/STDTY.
The Chime Credit Builder Visa Credit Card is issued by Stride Bank N.A. pursuant to a license from Visa USA. Chime checking account and $200 qualifying direct deposit required to apply for the secured Chime Credit Builder Visa Credit Card. Regular on-time payment history can have a positive impact on your credit score. Impact to score may vary, and some users' scores may not improve. Out-of-network ATM withdrawal fees may apply except at MoneyPass ATMs in a 7-Eleven or any Allpoint or Visa Plus Alliance ATM. Santa baby, it must be a holiday miracle because the sponsors of today's show, Manscaped, are providing the tools your man needs to stuff all your stockings, if you know what I mean.
I do.
That's right. This holiday season, Manscaped has vowed to make sure your man's tree is standing tall with 2 presents underneath. Trust me, ladies, Santa's cookies aren't the only thing you're going to want to get your hands on. Have him join the 7 million other sexy lumberjacks who use Manscaped and get 20% off plus free shipping at manscaped.com with code STDTY. Oh, baby. Is it cold outside? Ho, ho, ho. Naughty or nice, 'tis the season for your man to perform. And I'm not talking about gift giving.
What are you
I'm talking
about?
sex.
Oh, okay.
And I'm talking about sex with a manscaped ass bush. Because, like, I don't want, like, a big fluffy thing. I want it to be nicely manscaped, you know? And to do that, you're probably going to need the best selling product, which is the Performance Package 4.0, which is at the top of every band's wish list this year. And inside, you'll find their lawnmower body trimmer, the, dare I say, best trimmer on the market for his balls, back, and chest. The list goes on. Or the Weed Whacker, the ear and nose hair trimmer. You know what? I just want you to trim your shit. Is that so much to ask?
No, it's really not.
Okay.
It's very fair.
And I just want you to do it in the best way possible. And let's not forget that Manscaped has their famous liquid formulations, the Crop Preserver Ball Deodorant and the Crop Reviver Ball Toner to keep you smelling nice down there. Did I mention that they're the perfect fit for every stocking?
You did.
Okay. Well,
You
that's
said
good.
it, but you said it in like a really colorful way
I did.
about perfect
I did,
fit.
didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
For now, these are our picks for Manscaped Surefire Win stocking stuffers. Number 1, the Manscaped Ultra Smooth Kit. It's like a baby's bottom. Number 2, the Manscaped Signature Body Wash plus 2-in-1 shampoo. Ladies, this is why he can stop stealing yours. And number 3, the Shears 2.0 Luxury 4-piece Nail Kit, a gift for both of you to share. Number 4, Crop Mops Ball Wipes, the go-to solution for his stanky balls, if your man's got that. And number 5, Manscaped's new Persevere Cologne, sexy yet delightful. All the formulations are vegan, cruelty-free, dye-free, sulfate-free, and paraben-free, so you know his cojones are in good hands. That's 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com with code STDTY. Santa, forgive me. Sometimes it's okay to be on the naughty list. When we say deodorant, most people think underarms, and that's really cute and traditional, but Lumi is different. It can be used anywhere externally on your body, and it's actually meant to prevent external body odor from happening in the first place. So unlike most natural deodorants that attempt to mask odor, Lumi's unique aluminum-free formula stops the odor-causing reaction from happening in the first place.
So Lumi's going to stop odor before it starts. It fights odor by paralyzing bacteria on the skin, and it blocks bacteria before odor begins.
It's very scientific. And they have so many different products. Like they have these little wipes that you can use on your thighs or on your neck, whatever you want, whatever is the most convenient application. They have the traditional body stick. You can put it anywhere, you know, whatever part that kind of smells that you wish didn't smell, that's where you can put it. I put it on my neck sometimes because it smells quite lovely, and I don't really like using perfumes. And did you know that aluminum is in a lot of the traditional deodorants, and it causes an aluminum plug in your pores that's extremely unhealthy for you? Or baking soda, which is also not great for you.
And Lumi is aluminum and baking soda free.
And there's a wide range of scents. So if you don't like floral, maybe you like cool cucumber, maybe you like lavender. I prefer those like calming scents. But if you like fruity, if you like floral, then they have those too. There's something for everyone.
You'll have more naked confidence.
You know, I'll know that Steve doesn't really show me his butt. Well, he's more confident.
That's damn right.
In showing it now.
Also, having more odor-free confidence between showers.
Yeah, or like if you're traveling, that part's the worst for me because like if you take a shower before traveling, it's like you didn't take a shower.
Yeah.
And then if you don't want to take a second shower because it's kind of bad for your skin, like just put on some Lumi and people will never know. Then you can take your other shower in the morning.
With Lumi, you're always feeling fresh, no matter what happens.
So Lumi's starter pack bundle is a great deal for new customers with incredible savings. It comes with a full-size stick deodorant, a cream deodorant tube, 2 free products, and free U.S. shipping. And just for our followers, Lumi is giving you a total discount of almost 40% when you order at lumi.deals/Nikki and enter code Nikki at checkout. That's lume.deals/NIKKI and enter code Nikki NIKKI at checkout.
For almost 40% off. Let's go, Lumi.
Let's go.
Welcome back. Hope you bought
Thank
whatever
you.
we told you to buy, and thank you very much. Also, check us out on Patreon. It helps out the show a lot.
It really does.
Patreon.com/sticky.
STIKKI.
We do live streams every month. We
Free roll poker tournaments.
We do free roll poker tournaments. You can listen to the show a day early. And also, I do a show called Crypto Corner there every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. PST, talking about my crypto moves.
And our
all the cool
Discord
stuff in the
community
space.
is just awesome.
They're incredible. Our Discord is an invaluable place to be. I love it so much.
Like it's just a bunch of people, like cool people that like we are all on the same boat.
Yeah, it's fun.
Sometimes you have different opinions of people, but everyone's really cordial and nice and like fun and chill
It's
and has a
honestly
good
the
sense
best.
of humor.
Sticky Discord is fucking dope.
Anyway.
Okay, the problem started with so like I said earlier, am I the asshole for forbidding my girlfriend to use my kitchen equipment?
No.
I say yes.
No.
I say yes.
That's
We don't even need to read
because
the
you've been
details.
forbidden.
I say
You've
yes.
been forbidden.
I have been forbidden, but that has nothing to do with this article.
Okay,
here we go. I'm a former professional chef with a great passion for food. Over the years, I've got myself a lot of kitchen equipment that's quite expensive. If it breaks, I won't be able to replace it for at least a couple of months. That I take care of it. I take care of them like they're my babies. I have knives, pots, pans. I've kept them in pristine condition despite using some of them a lot for 10 years or more.
Yeah.
That sounds impossible.
I believe that. Like, well, if he's a pro chef, like I'm like, how the fuck do they do that?
That's
but
insane.
they do.
I also have a bunch of cheap, low-quality equipment in my kitchen that I call my shit pans. When she moved in, she asked me about them and why I didn't throw them out. And I jokingly told her I keep them in case I have people that I don't trust in my kitchen. Sometime after she moved in with me, I started noticing scratches in non-stick pans.
Yep.
Dents on knife edges and deformations in pots. I began to observe.
No respect.
I began to observe my girlfriend when she was cooking and saw her cutting stuff with one of my Japanese chef knives directly on top of the stainless steel counter and told her right away to use a cutting board.
That hurts my heart.
This bitch is a savage, dude.
Oh, really?
She's a savage. I would never do that.
You would never do that,
would never
Mr.
do that.
Steve Green, cutting limes on the fucking counter
With a napkin
with a napkin
and a butter knife.
Yeah, that really prevents sharp objects from going through.
It does. The technique is actually
from scratching.
You know, I posted it on Instagram once, and everyone agreed with me, and they all thought you were weird.
Well, when you cut the way you cut a lime, maybe, but not chopping other things.
When I wouldn't do that on the counter.
You chopped other things.
No, just a lime on the counter, babe. Okay.
By the way, fruits that are cut on our current countertops now leave marks, because fruit juices, for whatever reason, they don't come off of our counter.
So he says, I've seen what she's done with the pan. She puts it under running water to cool it down. She uses dishwashing soap in my cast iron pans. The list goes on. I told her multiple times how to take care of the equipment, what to do, what not to do. She pretty much every time I correct her, she gets annoyed. She's just she's
oh my
unreasonable.
God, that's you.
This bitch is unreasonable.
Did you just write this story as put yourself as my character?
I did not.
Oh my God. He would argue for days, try to go on Snopes and Snopes me like actually you can't put non-stick pots in the dishwasher. No, bitch, it says no non-stick pans, but you could put regular pots and stainless steel and shit.
Are you
Oh
quite
my
finished?
God. This fucking guy. Why did I marry him after all this? This is when we were dating.
Those are the warning signs.
Yeah.
Now you're stuck.
I bought him a separate pan and he still decided one day because his pan was dirty to use mine and scratch it all up. Asshole.
So last week, am I the asshole?
You are the asshole,
Okay.
yes.
So last week I came home, and to my horror, I saw my 5-liter cast iron pan filled up with water that had dishwasher soap in
Oh
it.
my God.
It's one of my favorite pots that I've seasoned over the course of 15
No.
years. I finally snapped and told my girlfriend
Oh
she's
my
not allowed to use
God.
my expensive equipment anymore, and showed her the shit pans and told her those are the ones she's going to have to use in the future. She thought I overreacted, but I refused to budge.
Dude, this guy's actually underreacting. He's been so nice about this. This is like, that is actually insane. Especially if he's told her, and I hope he has told her why you shouldn't be doing that. But that like 15 years of seasoning, like, oh my God, I would go through the fucking roof. Like, you're not just banned from using my pots and pans. You're just banned from my life. You're just banned.
So, are you ready for my favorite part of the story?
Yeah. This girl gives really good head.
My favorite part of the story is when this guy edited his post because people were reacting to him, and then he had to admit the following,
Okay.
which is, we might have to cut the cameras because I'm about to be so hard that it's unbelievable.
Okay.
He says, I'm gonna put this here just to avoid more posts about the same thing. People have pointed out that soap in cast iron pans is in fact okay. And I'm not gonna argue against it. It's just what I've been taught from older relatives and in culinary school, so it's never been something I've questioned. I'm gonna do some reading about the matter.
No, soap in cast iron dish is okay if you scrub it really quickly, but you cannot leave it soaking there in water. You cannot leave it soaking in dishwater. That is a fact. And he's a professional chef. Why are people even arguing with him?
It's Reddit. So he also says, however, it doesn't really take away from the fact, blah 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 blah.
Wait, what is the blah 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 part? What is the blah 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 part?
Just like soaking cast iron in water causes it to rust.
Yes.
But that's not the biggest issue he's had.
What's the biggest issue he's had?
Just rinsing hot pans under cold water caused several pans to deform, render them useless for anything other than boiling water.
Yeah, I would be fucking livid.
Yeah.
And I'm not even a professional chef. I don't even cook that often anymore. I used to cook way more often, but like I don't even cook, but I can even correlate this to just like anyone that has a hobby that they're really passionate about, and then you decide to invest in more expensive tools for your hobby after, earning the I don't know, what's it called, expertise to use those tools.
Mm-hmm.
And then someone comes in, like, has never painted it before and uses your expensive ass paintbrushes and like slams them into the paper and fucking, destroys all your good markers.
Are you talking about our nieces right now? Are your niece and nephew
I'm
right
just
now?
venting a little bit.
Okay.
No, it actually wasn't our nieces. It was another friend's kids.
Oh, right. Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Without asking, they used
your expensive markers.
Yeah.
And we're banging on them pretty good.
Yeah.
And that made you
It's
cringe.
not the kids' fault.
Yeah.
How do you not ask? I mean, they're expensive. They're expensive. Anyway, they're like $5 a marker.
So, verdict?
He is not the asshole at all.
I think he is the asshole.
We actually had, so with our conversations, I think that the partner doing the crime does not understand that it's like a huge respect issue, like underlying all of that. Like it's something that I found valuable. And at that time I didn't have any money. I didn't have a lot of money. I didn't have any money. And so I only had a few things that were worth anything. And I felt like those nonstick pans I had taken such good care of because, when I was growing up, my mom made a big deal about how we finally got nonstick pans. So I was very wow, these are nonstick. And this was a long time ago, guys. And I know nonstick is not a big deal anymore, and it actually has poison in it and you should use ceramic. But back then it was it's nonstick and you took care of it very properly. And he just had no regard and fucking cut his frozen chicken in my nonstick pans, scratch marks everywhere. And then he was mad at me for being mad because his ex-girlfriend also got mad at him for the same thing. Yeah. And I'm I don't necessarily like your ex-girlfriend, but she was fucking right about that.
How dare you? First of all. Second of all, I was attempting to gaslight you. It didn't work. It was unsuccessful. I owned it.
Yeah.
We moved on. Yeah. I stopped using your pants. But more importantly, You know, folks, sometimes you do realize how stubborn you are later on in life when you actually just try doing what the hell they've been talking about. Like, I have never had an easier or better cooking experience than just using the fucking nonstick without any kind of spray or cooking oil or anything. It's actually heavenly. And I wish I had been doing this years ago. But for some reason, I always thought that you had to do it because that was how it was done growing up.
Because pans that weren't nonstick, you need nonstick spray.
Exactly. So I always just did it because it was like a habit. And I didn't even think. I just thought that what you're talking about was complete nonsense.
I didn't even have a problem with you using the spray. It was just like the cutting, using knives that completely destroys the nonstick aspect of it. And then the pans all have food crusted on them because they don't non-stick anymore.
That was just being a trash person, honestly.
Yeah.
And I fixed that. But anyway, shame on him. Shame on him. He is the asshole. Yes.
Sure.
Okay.
Do people in Reddit honestly were saying he's the asshole and correcting him on the cast iron shit?
Somebody corrected him on the cast iron shit, but they basically said, soaking is really bad for the pan.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
But the dishwasher thing or the dish soap thing is a myth.
If you do it really quick.
Yeah. It's like an urban legend.
You have to dry it immediately. Right. You can't just have it soaking there.
It just doesn't remove the seasoning, which is what the fear is.
I actually just ruined my cast iron pan tragically after Thanksgiving because I didn't clean it right away, and then I was like, oh shit, what can I do to get these stubborn food particles off? There's just a little bit that was stubborn, and I read an article about how you can use a little bit of water and boil it in the oven, and then take it out right away and wash it off just to remove little stubborn pieces. And my ADHD fucking forgot that I put it in the oven, and I rusted the shit out of my cast iron pan.
Way to blame your ADHD.
Yeah. Well, it's there.
Okay, this next one is of the Thanksgiving flavor. Here we go.
Okay.
Am I the asshole for refusing to visit my parents after they tried to get me and my ex back together? I'm a 26 female, ex 26 male. We'll call him Tom. Tom and I dated for a couple years. My parents absolutely loved him, invited him to everything, constantly talked about him like we were already married.
It's like Meet the Fockers.
Then we found out he had a kid from a one-night stand from just before we started dating. I tried to roll with it for a few more months after that, but it was just too much to deal with too soon in the relationship for me, and I broke it off. I think it was for the best, though Tom desperately tried to get me to stay and enlisted my parents to talk me out of leaving. I told them to drop it, or I was going to North Carolina for a while because I already had a lot to deal with, so they did. This was 6 months ago, and I have blocked Tom on everything. All the mutual friends know the score and are good at keeping things separate, and I'm dating again. So I show up to Thanksgiving.
Wait, they have mutual friends? How long were they dating?
A couple months.
Okay.
A couple years.
Yeah, okay.
A couple years.
Okay, that makes more sense. Because I'm how are the parents so attached? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I show up to Thanksgiving with my parents like usual. And guess who's sitting in the living room at Thanksgiving?
Bro.
Tom and kid.
And kid?
He's 3 years old, yeah.
I know, but still.
He gets up all happy to see me, and I turn around and walk back out, get in the car, and go to my hotel.
That's just honestly creepy.
The creepiest, weirdest shit.
That's stalker level. You're unwelcome, unwanted, and the reasons why, and you went behind my back to my parents and showed up in my living room as if it's going to be some great celebration. Oh, I've always been in love with you. What do you expect?
Dude, get this. So he gets up all happy to see me. She gets in the car, goes to her hotel. Her mom calls, asks where she went and why I left. I told her she knows damn well why and asked why Tom is there. She told me they still consider him part of the family and they love his son and didn't want them to be alone for the holiday. So when I asked why she didn't tell me ahead of time, which is huge, she kind of stalled and then admitted she knows I don't want to see him, but that I obviously still love him, and they thought if I could just see how great everything could be, he and I could reconcile.
That's so disrespectful. Oh my God.
Isn't that wild?
I don't understand some of these people.
These parents are narcissists, first of all.
Yeah.
They're narcissists. They're making it about them. It's not about their daughter at all whatsoever.
They just want what they want. We wanted this
He's
son-in-law.
the best. We wanted him.
Yeah.
This kind of infuriated her. I'm not going to lie. I don't want to be a step parent, or at least not right now, and not in this particular situation. It sucks. I processed it. I moved on. I told my mom what they did was wrong.
Yeah.
And really out of line. And then I was going home. Hope their Thanksgiving was Tom was all they hoped it would be.
Yeah, good for
and
her.
then I turned off my phone for the rest of the day. When I finally turned it back on, I had a slew of texts and VMs, some from Tom using my parents' phones.
Oh my God.
I deleted them without listening to the whole message and finally called my mom back last week after I had calmed down. That is so fucking bananas.
Absolutely.
Because Tom knows she's not going to pick up for him because she blocked him.
Yeah.
So he uses their parents' phones.
It's so weird and desperate and cringy.
At first, I wanted to give him the benefit of the doubt and say he didn't know that she didn't know.
Yeah, yeah. But then he
This
knows
is just
he knows
cringy
he's blocked.
Yeah, that's insanity.
Like if I know I'm blocked and I know I'm not welcome.
And you use the wormhole or the backdoor entry of your parents' phone.
That's so
who
weird.
Wouldn't be blocked, but should be blocked now, I guess. Okay. She calls her mom back after she calmed down. She apologized for springing Tom on me. Told her she needs to stop hoping we'll get back together. I told her she needs to stop hoping we'll get back together and that I don't want Tom in my life. She admitted that they wanted to invite him for Christmas as well.
What is wrong with these parents?
Evidently, he now has sole custody of the kid, and my parents have been playing grandparent.
It's like they traded their daughter for this guy.
They sure did.
Yeah.
I told her that any function Tom is at, I won't be at. And if they ever spring him on me again, it will be the last time we speak for a very long time.
That is so fucked up. Like, I would feel like my parents aren't choosing me, their fucking biological daughter.
It's insane. My parents are accusing me of being cruel by making them choose. And
their
giving
parents
them...
always want a son or something. Maybe they wanted to be grandparents, and then this was like their opportunity, and like they and
they're narcissists.
Yeah.
They also keep saying that little boy needs a family, like so guilting her. Right. I don't care if they want to surrogate grandparent or be friends with Tom, but I won't be involved. And I'm hearing from a lot of people that I'm being a petty asshole.
What? From a lot of people?
Apparently close to her. Yeah. What do you think?
I mean, dude, I just think that people, okay, look at, I'm trying to go like really benefit the doubty here and like trying to get in the minds of maybe why these other people think that they have her back, and so many people are saying she's being the asshole. Maybe she is still kind of in love with him, and they've been dating for years, but it doesn't matter because she hasn't come to terms with that or process it yet. So even if that was the case and these people are like, clearly she's still in love with him, he made a mistake, or like whatever, this thing happened before they were even together, it's not like he cheated on her and then this kid happened. It's like this happened before they were together. Like it's unreasonable that you would break up with someone for something that happened in the past, and even if we still love him and he's a good guy or whatever, but she already drew her line in the sand. She already said, I don't want this in my life. She blocked him. She did everything she possibly could to set a firm boundary of like, I don't want this person in my life, whether or not it's true she has feelings for him still, whether or not that's true.
She obviously doesn't.
These people are disregarding her, but I'm just trying to like,
I get it.
Like what extreme would I have to be as a friend to be like, well, I'll still try to make her like the or whatever.
I would
never do that.
I would respect your decision.
Exactly.
Period.
But I'm trying to like.
Yeah, I get it. Put yourself in the headspace.
Trying
I don't think this one
find
works.
a reason.
I think the logic for the other side sucks on this.
But I just don't get why it's multiple people, because to me, any reasonable person would see the parents are being out of line.
Sounds like she's surrounded by fucking narcissists who want to control her life. So maybe she has.
Why were they obsessed with this Tom guy?
Exactly. Why are they choosing Tom at every turn over their daughter? It's fucking weird.
It's really weird.
It's so strange.
And then all these people in her life are doing the same. I don't get it.
And they had apparently such a good time with that on Thanksgiving. They want to do it again for Christmas.
Exactly.
It says a lot right there.
So doesn't care that you weren't there on Thanksgiving and it upset you so much that you weren't part of the family Thanksgiving.
Correct.
Hey, well, let's do it again for Christmas. Like what?
And how can Tom be down?
Exactly.
Like as a man. Like you're just down to go just blow her whole family life up all the time. You know she doesn't want you there. You're
it's
there.
So gross. That's a power move too.
It's a power move.
So
it's
gross.
Weird. And it's fucking bizarre.
Like if I already was on the fence about whether or not I liked you, like this would throw me over the complete edge of like, fuck you for disrespecting my boundaries that I set and like trying to still be in my life.
Yeah, I remember one time my mom gave me a call about my ex because like she wanted me back and all this shit. My mom called me and I was like, hey mom, I love you so much. Thank you so much. But yeah, it's never going to happen.
Yeah.
And then she was cool about it. But she had been called by my ex and like she was crying and stuff. And I was basically not talking to her, obviously. And then it was something where I understood what my mom was doing, but mom wasn't fucking inviting her to parties and shit.
Yeah.
Like that's just banana balls.
I did hear some stories about your brother's ex.
Yes,
so.
Classic. Yeah, no, tell me about it, dude. Tell me about it, dude. Like, tell me about it, dude.
She was still living with your parents?
Living with my parents after they're broken up. Like just bizarre.
Like,
just
Steve's
bizarre.
brother said no at the altar. At the altar, altar. Didn't go to his wedding, and then the girl was still living at his parents' house.
So
I forgot about that until just now.
It's fucking banana balls, dude. And I had to
I can't imagine.
I had to drop the hammer on my folks about it. Like,
imagine my ex still lives with my parents.
It's insane. And I'm like, why the hell are you making it uncomfortable for my brother?
Yeah.
It's so fucking banana balls. Anyway,
and
water under the bridge.
They think that you were the reason.
They all think I was being a jerk. I know. It's,
I forgot about all usual. That. Yeah, when I first got into this family, this is what I heard about because it was kind of recent.
Yeah, a decade ago, but yeah.
Because they thought that you were trying to do the same thing to your other brother. But and you're like, I'm not going to do that. Like it was a different situation.
Well, I blew the chick up because of it.
Yeah.
Because I just wanted my brother to have his family life back to normal.
Yeah.
Like how awkward is that? Like now,
that's super
every
awkward.
time you think about going home, your ex lives there.
Yeah.
But then I'm the jerk off
because
exactly. I'm pointing out how whack that is.
It's so weird.
Yeah, whatever. As always, it's the best. I pay the price for not being a fucking human carpet sometimes.
Hey, well, that's why I'm here to let you know, like, that is wild. Like, you're 100% logical and reasonable.
Thank you. I know. I mean, I'm not even being an asshole. I'm like, I know. Like, this is totally makes sense to me. Anyway, doesn't matter. A decade ago, it's all good.
No, but we got together a decade ago, so that's why.
Yeah, exactly.
It was fresh when I got involved.
Very fresh. Very, very, very new. Okay, this last one I have to do because it's just the headline made me laugh.
Okay.
Okay. Am I the asshole for telling my wife the cat is still her responsibility even if she's pregnant? Of course, not talking about the cat.
Yeah, it's about the kitty litter.
About
like for those of you who don't know, like there's certain things in kitty litter, like especially the clay kitty litter, that if you're pregnant, it could affect the baby and cause defects. But who cares about that?
It's not his damn cat. Okay, my wife, 28, and I, 36, are expecting our first baby. 3 years ago, my wife decided she desperately wanted a kitty cat. I hate cats and all animals in the house, really, so I was against it. She wouldn't stop talking about it, so finally we made a deal. She'd get a freaking cat, but it was her responsibility, and I would have nothing to do with it. And she agreed. Bro, you live with her, dude. Good luck, bro.
Mm-hmm. Do you know how many times I've been like, okay, I'll do it's my thing. But then, he fucking fell in love with the cats.
You're goddamn right.
When we fostered kittens, I was like, don't worry, I'm going to take care of everything. And like, I'm not going to fall in love with them. And I'm going to be a good, like, Samaritan over here. I'm going to get them all adopted out. This motherfucker fell in love with the cats. This one. The guy that was like, I don't know, you're not going to be able to do it without falling in love. This one did it.
I sure did. I really did. And I couldn't let Mama Kitty go.
Yeah.
Because I honestly think about it all the time. Every time I look at her, I think about how I would just be wondering where she is and if she's okay. Because I love her so much.
Sweet.
I know. She's so sweet.
She was like on my lap today this morning and just like looking at my eyes and like reaching up at me.
She's
so cute.
She's an angel. I love my Mama Kitty.
Yeah.
I love all our cats, but she has a special energy to her.
Yeah.
Anywho, I'm a crazy cat person. So she wouldn't stop talking about it. They got the cat. I would have nothing to do with it. She stuck to her word. I stuck to mine. I mostly ignore the cat. This guy's amazing. Now that she's pregnant and asked me if I could scoop the litter until she gives birth because of toxoplasmosis.
Yes.
But I looked it up. As long as she wears gloves and washes her hands, she should be good. So I told her absolutely not.
This guy's hardcore. I'm pushing your child out of my fucking vagina.
You said though. She wasn't happy, but I reminded her of our agreement when we got the cat.
Oh my
I told her it was her
God.
responsibility, and if she didn't want to take care of it anymore, with the new baby coming, we can get rid of it and find it a new home.
Ugh.
She said no and has been scooping the litter. Her sister was over and saw her doing this and flipped out at me,
Yeah,
telling
good
me how
sister.
dangerous it is.
Yeah.
But of course, her sister's going to be on her side and overreact.
No.
I never wanted the
Bro.
cat, so I don't see how I'm wrong.
He doesn't see the cat as like a member of the family, something that's like the wife loves or whatever. He sees it as an object that can just be tossed away.
Okay, and I have to read my favorite comment on this.
Okay.
Get a self-cleaning litter box, then all you have to do is toss, no scooping. She really shouldn't be around cat feces while pregnant, even at the vet clinic where it's literally your job to clean this stuff. We do not allow our pregnant employees to clean the cat boxes. You're the asshole. And then this guy responds, the vet clinic cares more about their employees than this man cares about his pregnant wife. That is a fucking mic drop. That is a fucking
That's
mic.
exactly it, though.
Yeah.
Is that like, who cares what the principle of whatever? Well, I said I didn't want it, and like, who gives a fuck? You're literally putting your wife's life at risk and your unborn child's life at risk by being this petty about scooping kitty litter.
I can't believe he's that petty.
No.
Like, that's what it is pettiness.
Yeah, to me, it just shows people's true colors of what you are valuing more. And if I was married to that, I would second guess my entire relationship.
I would too. You have to have malleability in a relationship. You have to.
Yeah,
Like,
you can't
the
just be
idea
so like, well, we agreed. And
I'm
then
sticking to my word here. Did we not have an agreement?
That's
It's
cool.
so bizarre.
Yeah, in many circumstances, you should honor the agreement that was set, but I think there's room for negotiation when
So,
a new circumstance.
Let's say there's a family emergency. She has to go home. He's not scooping litter, not feeding the cat. Like, what are we talking about here, dude? Like, what are we talking about here?
Honestly, like, it's an acts of service, love language thing too. Like, you're not willing to just like do this thing that would help me out, like, and help me like stay healthy and our baby healthy. I'm carrying your child, and I want it to stay healthy. Is that like? It's too hard for you to scoop kitty litter even though you didn't agree to it.
What kind of weirdo doesn't like cats too? That's weird.
I don't trust people that don't like cats.
And the whole like I mostly ignore it, like almost like he's making his point. See, I don't even pet the cat. Why would I do the litter?
Yeah.
So bizarre.
So weird.
That poor kitty.
I know. He's probably so sweet too.
What a sweet little
She's
kitty.
like, I'll put my life at risk for this cat.
I know.
Like I would.
You got a pregnant lady with a fucking basketball belly, and you're making her lean down and scoop the litters.
Plus my hormones as a mama bear, like if I was pregnant, they would be amplified. I'm like, I'm saving all my babies.
Oh,
like
yeah.
I don't care. Like this is my baby too. Like
Exactly.
I'm saving my baby and my baby. And if you don't care about any of our babies, like you don't care about me. So
Exactly. That's
really,
so crazy.
That's
to me.
really shitty.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're the asshole.
You're the asshole.
100%. You're the asshole from day one when you didn't like cats.
And yeah, exactly. And you know, I mean, it's so crazy because like you know, Franklin's been my cat for like
I know.
10 years now.
You know, when before actually one of the first fights that
Yeah,
Steve
let's
and
do it.
I
I
had,
wanted to
you
get
wanted to get
there.
there.
Yeah,
Yeah. When we had been dating for 2.5 months. Okay, this doesn't sound like a long time. I get it. We moved in pretty quickly.
Yeah.
But at the time, like we were already talking about getting married. Like we were fucking deep in love immediately. Like I had never been so like this is the one.
Smitten and everything.
I felt that he felt the same way back too. Like I just could
Hardcore.
feel it. It was like reverberating. But I approached the subject of us moving in together because I had lived with my serious boyfriends, and I am just kind of like, I don't know, I kind of just feel like I'm building something with someone, and I felt he was serious enough that like to me that made sense. Like that was the most logical thing. Why would we be paying 2 rents? I'm at your house or you're at my house all the time every day anyway. Like it makes more sense to just like fuse together and split the rent and you know build something. Plus if you move in right away, you know exactly if this is the person that you want to spend the rest of your life with, because it kind of amplifies everything. Either you are going to break up faster, or you're going to realize like I can live with this person.
Mm-hmm.
So he told me that he didn't want me to move in with him because I have too much baggage. And he didn't say what. He just said, you have too much baggage. I'm like, whoa, that's fucked up. Okay, let's unpack this. Like, what do you think that I'm carrying that you're not carrying that you can't carry or whatever if I moved in? And he was like, well, you have cats. And I was like, okay. That was it. just I had cats, and that was my baggage. And he didn't want me to move in. He's like, well, I don't want to take care of cats.
So like were saying earlier, sometimes something seems to be about something, but it's about something else.
Something else, yeah.
And the underlying thing there was I was just afraid, right? I was scared because it was so early into our new relationship, and I was afraid of, I was afraid of what had happened with myself and my ex, and I didn't want.
So what happened with him and his ex is they got dogs together.
Yes.
And then when they broke up, she kept both dogs.
Yes.
And he was afraid that if he got attached to my cats, well, it feels very permanent, me moving in, then let's say he feels like he's adopting my cats, like basically, and it feels permanent, and then all of a sudden we break up, let's say for some reason, and now he has to break up with the cats all over again too.
Yeah, I don't even know how. I don't think I'll ever be over, like, when you lose an animal like that, like not seeing them anymore. It's like devastating. Especially
some people don't get that. Some people, it's really weird. I've met people that don't get attached to animals, and I can't like physically understand it. Like I just can never understand not having feelings. Like some people are like, "What? Animals. A dog's a dog. It's not a family member." But you and I are very like, so I just want to preface that because maybe some people don't understand.
I was raised around animals
my whole life.
Like
these are members of the family.
Exactly.
So like losing them in the breakup is like losing your kids in the divorce and never getting to see your kids again.
And I obviously didn't want to separate the dogs. Like obviously I'm not like that. So I was like, yeah, the dogs should be together. And then, yeah, it was just sucked.
But are they together?
I know. What a fucking joke. More jokes from the past.
Yeah, you just
the best.
They are dark jokes.
They're dark
jokes.
Dark jokes.
Anyway, yeah, that guy's the asshole for sure. Everybody knows that because like that's not even something you should fuck around with. It's not even an issue of like pettiness. It's like you're literally deciding to put your wife's life at danger.
And then maybe
your kid.
A quick last, am I the asshole? Real quick. This one also made me laugh. Am I the asshole if I kept my dogs together with when I left my ex, and then a couple months later she gives one of the dogs away without even contacting?
Yeah, you're the asshole.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. All right, guys. Well, thanks for listening.
Let us know what you think in the comments. If you think we're wrong, like by a landslide, let me know. I'd love to hear your thoughts. I'm never like 100% married to things, but I would say I try to get benefit of the doubt, and once I've made up my mind about something, I'm kind of sold on that side, but yes. I'm willing to listen to other points I may have.
We are a stubborn folk, but we do enjoy hearing arguments.
We are willing to I think that's the number one thing that's helped us with any conflict is that we're both willing to change our mind if we hear enough that gets there.
It makes sense.
It's like we're not so married to our beliefs that like I'm willing to fight for my belief, but yes. I'm also willing to listen, and if you make enough good points, I am open enough to change my mind.
Agreed. 100,000%.
Yeah.
Okay, well, if you like the show, you can support it on Patreon, and
Patreon.com/sticky.
And we will see you.
Share this with your friends. By the way, I just found out from our producer, Mark, that our podcast is in the top 5% of podcasts shared globally. And I just wanted to say thank you so much.
Truly.
I did not know that, but that helps the show so much. Sharing the show just like really, really, really exponentially helps. So thank you so much, everybody that's done that. Like that is so amazing. I didn't even realize how I don't know how cool you guys are.
You guys are the best audience around, dude. It's so funny too, because like we'll hear, like I guess Mark was wearing a shit they don't tell you shirt at the store, and someone's like, "Holy shit, are you Mark?" Like I just love it. I love it. I love you guys.
He's not real. He's not a real person,
but he's an idea.
You can think you saw him at a grocery store.
That's right. Mark is an idea.
All right. We'll see you next week.
Love you guys.
Bye.